Is gold a relic? Are the Keynesians correct? Did the Austrians have it completely wrong? I'm going to get into this today. I'm going to talk to you about why gold is valuable and why the mainstream media and the governments around the world are keeping this a secret. Let's get into it right away. The big story is all that glitters. Businessman who bought $270 million of gold ends up with metal bars. This isn't the first case of this. We've seen other reports where individuals, like in this case here, he bought some gold out of Ghana. The company from Ghana they confirmed everything was just fine on the way out. They shipped it on a plane. By the time it got to this individual, it was nothing but tungsten metal. Now they use tungsten because the weight is very, very similar to gold and they can really fake it easily. So that became a problem for him. It isn't the first time that this has happened. I'll get into a few examples of that. In my book, I discuss the importance of having real assets in your portfolio. Gold is just one of many that are very important to have. Why? Because of their limited quantity. If they can print paper currency, they will do so until its destruction. All currencies will be destroyed, and it simply doesn't matter. Now, gold's price may drop significantly. I am not in the camp that will basically say that gold will go to 10,000 an ounce, 50,000 an ounce. It can go to infinity. That's the reality of the situation. It can go down to 500. It can go to a million. It doesn't matter. The real thing is that gold, silver, real estate, so on and so forth, these things are real. Real things will hold value into the future. You can pass them on from generation to generation. The important thing to note, and what people don't understand, they consistently argue, is that the price that you see is not the price of gold, physical gold. That is the futures market. That is manipulated beyond belief. I'll get into that in a moment. Please stay with me. Tungsten filled gold bars. This is ABC Bullion basically talking about how they received tungsten filled gold bars. I'll go on very quickly. It's same thing happened in Germany. They had an incident with tungsten filled gold bars. This is not the only country. Fake gold bars turn up in Manhattan. These are 10-ounce gold bars in this case here, turning up in Manhattan. They're supposed to be legitimate. They have that same weight, so it's really tricky. But here we are, and this is basically, it goes on and on. You can just search in tungsten gold bar, and you get a whole bunch of incidents where this has happened in the recent past. This is part of the World Gold Council. I've talked about them before, but basically you can go in, you can set up, so they email you every quarter. They send you the gold demand that's happening. You could see right here for yourself. You have every single quarter after quarter, physical demand is just continuous. Now, it may vary from quarter to quarter, but there's always demand there. While the price may drop significantly, you'll see the physical demand may actually go up sometimes. So it's pretty tricky the way they do this. They manipulate that price. It is the futures market, not the physical paper. Barrick Gold closing mines to curb output as the price drops. This is the reality here, is that mines are closing. I'll get into more examples, but mines are closing simply because they can't afford them to stay open. So they're going to close the mines. Mines are going to dry up. They're just going to shut them down instead of opening up new ones. And if you don't see an issue with this, you really have to look into it when you have thousands of tons every single year being purchased by central banks, being purchased to be consumed, like in China and India, for example, then this really becomes a problem as the mines are shutting down, as the ones are drying up. They're not opening up new mines because the price is just too low. Right now they're at that price right around that range where they're not going to make any profit. So why would they continue to open up the mines? Right here, This is the mining in Canada, talking about several mines of Canadian gold mines that have closed as a result of the low gold price and exhausted ore reserves. You can go on further if you want to take a look at this, but essentially mines are closing down. It's been going on throughout this bull market, so the price can be pushed up in reality if you're talking about just the physical metal, because the reality of the situation is you have thousands of tons being consumed every single year. You have mines closing down. That's just simple supply and demand. It's pretty easy. I don't need to look at this any longer. What I will mention to you is this, the paper markets, and I show you this with the flash crash. Could it happen again? You're talking about 1,000-point drop in Dow instantly, practically. And what happened here, this is the computer algorithms. That's something I talked about in the Money GPS Insiders, where basically this is the flash crash, where they can just set off a trigger and all of a sudden they can evaporate the stock market. They can buy it back up so quickly. This is what the paper markets are. But if you hold real gold, real silver, real estate, not a REIT, you don't want that. You want real estate. You want real things, because real things hold value. They can push the price up or down, but the fact remains is that it's real and you can do something with that. You can trade it. You can pass it on to future generations. It will always hold value in the real market. I hope that you like this video, and I hope that you will become an insider, and that is at themoneygps.com. At the bottom, you fill in your email address, you get emails from me, you get the inside scoop, and I share all my best stuff on there. So I hope to see you there.